Midoriya couldn't scream anymore. His throat was raw, shredded by the hours, no, days, of endless shrieking. The room was dark, lit only by the faint flicker of a bulb that dangled like a noose above him, casting monstrous shadows that seemed to pulse with life. He looked down at his arms, at where his fingers should have been. In their place, the twisted remains of bone jutted out, splintered and slick with dark, oozing blood. His skin, once vibrant and whole, was now a patchwork of ragged flesh and exposed muscle. He could see them, his tendons, quivering as he tried to move, but his body was no longer his own. "Don't move, Midoriya," a voice cooed from the shadows. Shigaraki stepped forward, his skeletal fingers twitching with delight. "We're not finished yet." Midoriya tried to speak, but only a wet gargle escaped. His tongue, sliced in half, hung limply in his mouth. "You wanted to be a hero," Shigaraki continued, circling him like a predator. "But you never understood, did you? Power isn't about saving people, it's about control. And now, I control you." A laugh bubbled from Shigaraki's throat as he reached out and placed one decaying hand on Midoriya's chest. But this time the touch didn't turn him to dust. No, this was something worse. Something far worse. Midoriya felt his skin rippling, writhing beneath his flesh like something was moving inside him. He gasped, choking on blood and bile, as his body twisted, bones snapping unnaturally. His arms lengthened, skin stretching taut over malformed joints. His face. Oh God, his face. He could feel it distorting, his jaw unhinging, teeth growing long and sharp like a beast. "Your quirk," Shigaraki whispered, leaning close. "It's not one for all anymore. It's something new, something I made for you." Midoriya's body convulsed violently, his skin bubbling and tearing, until what was once a human boy was nothing more than a mass of twitching muscle, covered in a thin film of skin. His eyes, bloodshot and wide with terror, reflected the horror of what he had become. A creature, a puppet, a monstrous thing. "Look at you now," Shigaraki hissed, grinning with vile satisfaction. "You'll never be a hero again. You're just my toy." Midoriya's lips twitched, trying to form words, but all that came out was a guttural moan, a sound so inhuman that even he barely recognized it. And then, as if to mock him, Shigaraki placed a mirror in front of his twisted face. Midoriya stared into the glass. The reflection was not his own. It was a grotesque amalgamation of flesh and bone, a creature born of suffering and endless agony. His body moved, but it was no longer by his will. He was trapped, buried in this prison of flesh, watching through eyes that were not his. A hero? No, he was no hero. He was a monster. And the worst part, he liked it. The end.